So there's lots of problems out there, right? There are a whole lot of environmental health problems that are starting to emerge. But the breast cancer activists got together and started to do research.
And at about that time, there were several breast cancer clusters that were identified in the country that got a lot of attention, where when you began to look at the cancer registries, you saw that there were geographic areas where breast cancer was more common than in other areas in the same state. And at that point, a lot of activist groups got very interested and concerned and said, there's something going on here. So I think we saw at that time an emerging of science and new capabilities in analysis associated with activism in this growing environmental health movement.
What's interesting about that is that they were women, primarily women, who were asking the questions, were doing something interesting. They were asking for more than themselves. They were not just interested in my breast cancer, my, what's happening to me. They wanted to know so that they could prevent those kinds of diseases. They wanted to know what these patterns were so that we could make social policies that would help us reverse the trend. Trends are actually scientific data.
And there were some very interesting immigration studies that were published showing that women who migrated from a country of low breast cancer incidence to a country of higher breast cancer incidence, over 2 generations, they acquired the breast cancer risk of the country they had moved to.
Not only do we create the conditions for the diseases, but we create the conditions for the injustices. So the patterns of injustice that we see and the patterns of disease often go hand in hand. But to be able to have women come together and choose a new set of policies based on that kind of activism, that kind of partnership is really a remarkable story. And so in large part, it's that story that led us to the Women's Congress. What if we began to think as a policy matter about preventing these diseases? Where would we start? If we have created the conditions for breast cancer, then we can create the conditions for health.